Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to look at the new Cobra Forged TEC irons. Two new irons in the line, Mac. We've got the Forged TEC, which replaces the previous generation Forged TEC iron of 2 years ago. And we have a new X model. Today we are going to focus specifically on the player's smaller kind of headed version itself. We've literally just finished testing the new Tour Exotics E722 and the C722. These two irons seem very, very similar to those in terms of the characteristics, but I think the look of this one's entirely different.
Yeah, I mean, offset-wise, a lot less offset, even just on the pitching wedge I'm looking down on here, a lot less than the Tour Edge, but it looks good.
More of a player profile, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. Like, way better to look at, in my opinion.
And I think, guys, I mean, we have, in the drawer here, we have, you know, the previous edition of the Forged TEC. You know, this was the introduction of the power shell technology. We had the tungsten in the toe. You know, we had all the attributes of this model that was, it was a very good distance game improvement iron. A little bit bigger than maybe some of the other competitors in the marketplace. I feel like they've really addressed that with this one, though. They've slimmed it down, made more of a, as I say, an effort to cater to the players.
Yeah, it looks a lot more to what I'm used to in this category, like the P790 and that kind of style iron. It looks at address a lot better than probably the ones before. And
it does seem to be the evolution of these types of irons is they are launched as sort of game improvement and kind of they maybe are a little bit, you know, enlarged just from a perspective of trying to pack as much technology as they can. They've got to get the tungsten in there. They're obviously, you know, it's not a cavity back, it's an enclosed body, it's a hollow body. They've got the screw in the toe just for a little more weight properties out on the toe side to increase the MOI. But the evolution of these irons is that they make the construction and then they slim it down and they slim it down and they refine it to the point where they just hit the sweet spot from the player's eye perspective. That seems to me like what Cobra have really struck a sweet spot, a sweet note with this one.
Yeah, it looks a lot better. It definitely looks like more of a club that I could look down at.
Yeah. I was impressed with the performance of Forged TEC last time. I remember when we tested it last time around, I remember we left going, that's a really good iron. I don't change my opinion in that, but if this can perform and look good, then that's a win-win for them.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, let's hit some wedges and see how it is. We left off the C722 video by wondering with the pitch and wedge whether it was a bit light or maybe the set makeup wasn't quite right for what we were looking for. Interestingly, as we opened the box to get these out, we've got X100s and obviously not quite the swing speed that we would naturally put someone at an X100 at, but the 130 gram weight categories, it's going to be something you're probably more used to. And more
yeah, it feels a little bit more comfortable in my hands for sure. I like a little bit more weight, definitely.
And guys, I think that's pretty cool to see. It'll be interesting as Matt kind of progresses with this, if we do see the ability to push the start line to the right a little bit more. Maybe the light club was what was making it very easy for you to hit it left with the Tour Edge.
I would say that's something that I felt with the Tour Edge, that it was kind of losing the head a bit on the downswing, kind of not knowing where it
rotate.
Yeah,
really
exactly.
Quickly.
So it feels like this one's a little easier to guide it online.
Okay. That's pretty sweet there. 44 degrees aloft on the pitch and wedge, so very familiar. We're seeing more and more game improvement irons going with that as the stock loft option. 91 feet in peak height. We turned it over a little bit. We lost a little bit angle of descent, but no issues between how far it's carrying and obviously stopping.
Yeah.
Okay, two more. A beauty. Sounded great.
Yeah, that was my best one yet there.
The hearts of thousands just breaking watching you effortlessly hit pitch and wedge on the wrong side of the golf ball for you 140.
Got lucky.
Yeah, it's really good.
A little pulley, but
It's okay though, isn't it? I mean, it's going to catch a piece, and
yeah, I wouldn't.
Most people are going to accept if that's what a miss looks like. We're completely good with that. Your timing's better with the heavier shaft.
Honestly, I was just thinking how much easier
different.
I feel like the club's kind of doing the work on this, and I'm not having to force it as much.
All right, 7-iron. Initial impressions.
Looks good. A little thicker top line for sure, but minimal offset and looks good.
Doesn't look like it's too big of a head either. It looks
No, it looks pretty
size-wise.
compact from like heel to toe. I think from the tour edge, it was a little longer for sure, a little bigger head. But yeah, it doesn't look bad at all. Looks quite good. Part
of the taking away some of the forgiveness to give players the shot shaping capabilities is shorten the blade length a little bit. The longer we make that blade length, we are making it a little bit more forgiving. So this, again, lends itself to the player who wants to work the ball a little bit more. Now, you won't see many shot makers going with this particular set, but they're trying to at least provide you with an option should you want to.
For sure.
Okay, let's hit a couple with this. Excellent. Do it. A great strike.
Yeah, it was a really good strike.
Little in the toe?
No.
Or
It's hard to know.
Little skinny. A
Heely. Fell over.
Nice adjustment though. I struck it good.
Yeah, I struck it great. I
left the face
I
a
almost
little.
just absolutely fell over. All right. I feel like this is going to be a really, really good one. Maybe my best one of the day.
That was nice.
Yeah.
So well hit. It's absolutely roasted.
Yeah, that was so middled.
It's got to be one of the best of the day.
Yeah, that was pretty good there.
Okay, thoughts on the 7? I mean, you really just had kind of one left, one right that were a miss, we'd call it. And the rest were some of the best flights I've seen you hit with the righty golf swing.
Yeah, they feel really good when you catch middle. Even a little bit of a miss hit, you still got something out of it. Obviously, directionally, I'm not the best righty player, so it's nice to see them not go crazy offline with it. But they feel really, really good.
If you look at where the strikes are gathering, I mean, it's not like they are a little in the heel. I think that's a gross exaggeration, to be honest, but like, yeah, it's there.
Yeah.
So it's 12 millimeters, about 4 dimples in the heel. Not crazy. I mean, they're all kind of in the right spot, but efficiency's good. Launch and spin are excellent. Let's see what our peak height's looking like. Plenty. 49-degree land angle, 112 feet peak. It's great.
Yeah.
Okay, let's grab the 4. 21 degrees aloft. Almost identical specs to the Tour Edge irons we hit earlier today. Similar look. I mean, you got on really well with that one, the C722.
It's very similar, I'd say. Maybe it's fractionally smaller, but very minimal. If you had kind of held them up beside each other, it would be hard to be able to tell.
All right, let's have a look at a couple of these. That's hot. That is coming in
that's
really
coming in
hot.
really hot.
Didn't quite have the same launch as we've seen. Well, not bad actually. 95 feet 41. I mean, it's toasty though. Do you think they would allow you to have an official handicap right-handed?
I should try.
You should
I feel like it's
definitely
one of those
try,
things, like when I practice righty, I can get decent. I know for a year when I couldn't really play lefty because I had that surgery, I switched to righty, and I was like, I could break 80 on like a normal golf course. I was like probably a high single-digit handicap. My short game's actually really good right-handed. But if I don't practice, my miss can come sneaky.
Having righty Mac and lefty Mac both in the scramble team with you could be amazing. Right, so you've got righty Mac who's got a few shots up his sleeve, likely to, feather in a 4-iron from 215 and into a par 5, and then you've got lefty Mac doing all sorts of damage with the shot shaping. Let's find out. Stop it.
I hit those pretty much middle of middle.
Really good stuff. In all honesty, quite a similar pattern to what we saw with the Tour Exotics.
It was pretty much bang on.
Bang on.
Say. It's not like carry distances. Pretty much everything there is very similar to what we saw with the Tour Edge.
Speaking of Cobra, obviously they're known for their one length, offerings with Bryson, etc. There should be a company who does a one lie technology, right? So this is a perfect example. What I see in the debate all the time: short irons go left, long irons go right. Long irons need to go more upright. Short irons need to go flatter. If every iron in your bag was 61.5 degrees lie angle, you'd pretty much hit everything straight.
Yeah, makes sense.
You find your sweet spot in the middle iron, around 7 iron, 6 iron, 7 iron. And then, probably 62 actually would be good for you. So a little bit more upright in the 4, a little bit flatter in the wedge.
Yeah. Oh, even when I look down at like a pitching wedge, it just sits a little bit off. It feels like I'm going to hit it left, right-handed.
Definitely.
It's something I noticed for sure.
In terms of the ball flights, though, I mean, I love to look on this one, making sure that, if we see a pitching wedge and a 4-iron, basically apexing on the same window, which is exactly what we see there. Mid-irons generally do apex the highest in the bag. I'm really, really pleased with that. Great distance, we set the greens at 140, 180, and 215. You've kind of hit your numbers. It's pretty good stuff.
Yeah, no, they felt really, really good.
I didn't detect any kind of off-putting sound from the hollow body. One of the big features of this is the 5-time forging process that this has been through, the 1025 carbon steel, trying to soften, again, leaning more towards what the player wants. Less offset, smaller head, better feel, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I think it checks all the boxes for that category for sure.
Yeah, no, they've done a really, really nice job. Guys, this is a new contender for me when it comes to this type of iron. Maybe a 770, between a 770 and a 790 kind of contender. It probably is a little bit smaller than a 790, but it seems like it's got a little more pop than a 770.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think the top line on it is pretty small, which is good, but it definitely jumps off the face.
Very cool. Okay, something to look at, a new sort of option for you guys. Let us know. These are not brand new out. They've been out certainly a few weeks by now, so I'd love to hear people's thoughts if you've been out. Demo days are kicking off all over, certainly the northern part of North America. So want to hear your thoughts, want to see if you guys have tried these, what your thoughts are, and if you like them certainly as much as we do.
Really good.
It's good stuff. Okay, stay tuned for more. We'll see you again soon.